that they created. Let's go now to tickets. And this is where the fun begins. Okay. So you currently have the name of your program as your ticket. I want you to have 2 ticket options, everyone. Okay? We're going to have the general admission, and then we want to have a VIP ticket. Okay? So we can work first with the general admission ticket. So let's click on the general admission, the 3 little dots. Let's click edit. Okay? Now on the right, how many people do you think you're going to be able to enroll from your marketing for this?
I have on GoToMeeting, I can have up to 150 people on camera.
Okay. And then how many people can actually join? Because Zoom only gives you up to 100 unless you're going to pay extra. And I want everyone to listen to what I just said. Zoom paid version only gives you 100. So if you have more than 100 registrations, time to upgrade so you don't have the problem that I did, which people couldn't get into my first webinar because I didn't know that.
So I picked 500, but I was just like at the number, but it wasn't until after I talked to Jan that I found out that GoToMeeting only has 150 that you can have.
Perfect. So we are going to do no more than 150, right? Because otherwise they won't be able to make it.
Mary, let me interject here if I can. We actually have, because of a partner, we get a GoToWebinar 500.
Don't do webinar. You can't interact with people.
GoToMeeting, but with one of the, I guess, downfalls of GoToMeeting is the fact that you can only have 25.
I wouldn't use GoToMeeting. I use Zoom. Apples and oranges. Honda, Ferrari. Don't use it. GoToMeeting. I mean, Zoom. Don't waste your time because for what? Stepping over dollars to save nickels, right? Oh, I already have GoToMeeting. I already paid for it. I don't want to pay for Zoom. What are we talking about? An extra $200 for the entire year? This is where I tell you guys, stepping over dollars to save nickels. It'll cost you more time. Think of how many events have you attended on Zoom opposed to GoToMeeting. Why would you do something that is less normal in the world, less acceptable for yourself, right? You want to be more accessible to people. You want to have less resistance. You want less friction. Forget about the price difference. Cancel GoToMeeting and just only do Zoom because the rest of the world will have complications logging in. They don't know how to use it. They're uncomfortable. And that's going to create a problem for your webinar, even though it has nothing to do with you because it's the technology. You don't own the technology. So my recommendation is go with what the rest of the world is using, with what we're doing right now, and everybody's doing, go with Zoom. Second thing is this. Unless you have 200 registrations, you don't need to upgrade.
Right. Because
200 registrations won't be 200 people that show up.
Right.
Write this down. Average is 40% of registrations show up. That's the average. During COVID, when it first hit, that average was way higher because everybody was at home. But 15 years been doing this. Average is 40%. So if 100 people register, how many on average are going to show up? 40. Does that make sense? So if you have 200 registered, how many can you expect are going to show up? 80. And if you have the paid version, you have 100, so you're good. And I'll tell you this, even if you had 120 people that were trying to get in, it's actually golden because then you get to leverage that you maxed out the webinar and you'll leverage that in your marketing. We apologize to all the people that couldn't get into our webinar. We didn't realize we maxed out at 100 and now it becomes a marketing opportunity. Even though there was only like 5 or 6 people that couldn't get in, you're going to milk that and you leverage it. So everyone's goal is to max out 100 people so that at least 1 or 2 people can get in. That's your goal. That's what I want you to strive for. Now, this is a very, very strategic ninja move. So ready, Andre? Where it says general admission, in parentheses, I want you to put one next to general admission at the name at top, right above. No, above quantity. The name, right above quantity. To the right, and the little pop-up that right down right there, it says general admission under name.
Okay, yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, in parentheses, I want you to write what
General admission?
right next to it. I want you to write in parentheses. I want you to write 100 tickets available.
I'm talking, it won't work.
And then close parentheses. Everybody, I want you to do this. Very important. These are the tiny, tiny details that will make the biggest difference for you. Next to general admission, write 100 tickets available. Now, in quantity, I want you to put 57. I just shared the Wi-Fi with you. An iPhone, super cool. Okay, why? Can anyone tell me why in general admission I put 100 tickets available and quantity I put 57? Jen?
You want to make it look like you've already sold a bunch.
Boom, baby, boom. Yes. We are creating the perception. Now, Jan, what do we do if we had 50 tickets already sold?
Then you want to say something along the line, or you could up the amount.
Thank you.
Already sold.
We change that number. So once, let's just say you've already sold 25 tickets. Add an extra 20, make it 77. Once you've sold 47 tickets, make it 97. Does that make sense? Now, what happens if we get to like 89 and we're about to hit 100? Because this might happen, right? Then we change the 100 tickets to 150 above, and we put 100. Okay? This was a strategy I had to figure out because it happened to me. I had an X amount of tickets. Next thing you know, I almost sold out my tickets. The next day, my team's like, "Ray, we have no more tickets available." I'm like, "I'll book the tickets." But I didn't realize that I should have put how many tickets were available to give the perception that we were selling out, because then people make the buying decision faster. So this is a little ninja trick to create that perception and control it on the back end. Okay? Now, this is a free ticket, so there's no price. Here's a thing that is available in Eventbrite. You can launch a certain ticket category at certain times. For example, you could have an early bird ticket that launches a certain date, and then it ends a certain date. So if you wanted to give an early bird discount, you would create a different one, and that one could get launched before this other date would get launched. I've never really used that, this ticket launches before this one or that, because I usually just standard have general admission and VIP, but that is a feature that's kind of cool if you wanted to do certain things, or you say, hey, we're running a special promotion for these 2 days, you can get this special, go to our link right now, and you can program it that it's going to only be available for those 2 days, so you don't have to come back and edit it later. Okay? So when is your event? January 19th, correct?
It's actually the 20th, but I stopped selling the tickets on the 19th.
Okay, but on the left-hand side, it says Tuesday, January 19th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, well, okay, well, we're gonna have to do that because I went to a Thursday instead of a Wednesday. Was the
For some, maybe you were looking at 2020 because 2021 says Tuesday in the top left-hand corner.
well, no, I'm actually in 2021, and Wednesday is the 20th.
Correct. That's correct. Jen, Christine, on the left, it says the name of your event. Right below it says the date. On the left hand, right there and on the left. So are you doing it on the 19th or are you doing it on the 20th or the 21st?
No. This is when I was starting to sell the tickets.
Yeah, but on the top left, okay, I don't know. On the top left, I see Tuesday, January.
I see what you're saying. It is the top Tuesday, or no, it should be Wednesday.
That's why I just want to make sure, and everybody pay attention to this, right? Because if we're off by one day, that's a big problem, right?
I didn't want to do Tuesday because I went off your scheduling, Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday.
So please remember to go back and fix the date.
If I save this now with what we have?
Yes, but for purpose of time, I don't want to go back. I can't do that. So just make sure you update your date because that would be a big boo-boo. Okay, click Advanced Settings. Does everybody see Advanced Settings at the bottom under the dates? Advanced Settings. Okay, this gives you the opportunity to create a description for your ticket. Okay, now for general admission, I don't really care so much about the description because it's just general admission. You're not really getting anything but access to the event. But in the next one, we are. The next thing is visibility. You can make a ticket be visible or you can make it inactive, like so they can't see it. You can hide it whenever you want. All right, for whatever reason, you might not want to sell this ticket anymore. You don't want to delete it, but you just want to make it invisible. The second part is per order. You need to make a decision. Will you allow one person to register multiple people? So
I see the method like that. If I have 10 friends to join and I can get them 10 tickets, but would they all join?
So, or a husband and wife, for example, right? You're going to register and you want to register Jan. You could do it in the same order. So you can make that 2. You can make it 3. It's up to you how many you want. I usually make people do it one at a time so that they have to go through the process because I like them having a little bit of a commitment to doing it. So for me, I always do 1 and 1, but that's a preference that I have. Okay? And then channels, we do want it to be promoted everywhere because the more promotions you got, the better. And then the delivery method would be an e-ticket. So click save. Perfect. Now,
It still didn't change the side button on the left.
but it's not going to because we're not in the right settings. That's the actually event date. So next, the one that says Women Empowerment Leadership, let's click on that one and let's click Edit. Okay, and then quantity. This one, let's do 7. Okay, and the name would be VIP Access or VIP Admission. VIP admission. And this has to be a paid. I'm sorry, it has to be paid. So it's at the top, change it to paid. Okay, VIP admission. Next to VIP admission, put 20 tickets available. Okay, now price. Depending on your audience, you could do $47 or you could do up to $199, depending. I always like to keep it as a low ticket, $47, because it's almost 50, it's a little bit less. And the reason we're doing VIP ticket is so we can start qualifying our buyers ahead of time. Okay? So what we're going to include in our VIP ticket is a strategy session with you.
Okay.
Okay? You can call it whatever you want to call it, right? Mine's a branding strategy session. You can have a business strategy session. You can have an empowerment strategy session. You can have a leadership strategy session. You can have a whatever it is for you strategy session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, we all need to now make a decision, which I don't know if any of you have done this. What is the value of your hour of consulting?
I currently charge $150 an hour for my life coaching.
Perfect. So the value of this is $150, which they're going to be able to get for $47. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So in the description, when we scroll down and go to advanced, in this description, we will say that it includes whatever the name is, strategy session, and in parentheses, $150 value. Jan, what's your hourly rate?
Yeah, mine's the same thing, and I just ended up putting in just like you did with Chris.
Beautiful. Andre? You get to decide right now.
Well, I'm still.
Give me a number. Just give me a number. Just give me a number.
The number?
Yep.
For coaching?
For 1 hour of coaching with you.
I go with $100.
Beautiful. So what are you going to call your strategy session?
Being effective in entrepreneurship and in social media and internet.
So would that be considered marketing? Would all of that fall under the category of marketing? Would that be acceptable?
Yeah, I would say marketing.
So then, and this doesn't, like this, obviously we're just brainstorming, right? You guys can edit this. Marketing strategy session, $100 value. And it'll be $47 is what you're selling it for. Okay? Tim?
$750.
Okay, beautiful, good. I was waiting for that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half.
Okay.
And we're only going to give them 30 minutes. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's how much? 375?
Yes.
So now it's 30 minutes with you. It's a value of 375. And they're going to get it for $47, which is a killer deal. Christina?
We're doing ours built on the solar, so there's no upfront cost because we literally, so the difference between all of this and the coaching is we literally are just putting them in to close them.
I know. What do you think? What do you think the strategy session's for?
But I can't charge because other companies, they're doing it all for free.
Wait. Who said you can't charge?
I mean, I can charge, but nobody's going to come because of our competition.
Wait. Hold on one second. This is so beautiful. Thank you for this. Everyone pay attention to what just happened. The webinar's free.
Right.
There is a VIP ticket option available. Does anyone have to take it?
Oh, you're talking about for the VIP side.
That's what we're talking about right now. Now I know you're not paying attention, Missy.
I need somebody to set this stuff up for me.
I know, but it's in, but look, guys, I'm not setting it up. I'm explaining to you the psychology of what we're doing. Yes, it looks like we're setting it up, but this is the ninja things that are happening behind the scenes that I want you to be aware of why we're doing this. So the reason we do the VIP, Christina, is because there's always a percentage of people that if given the option, your husband's one of them, I'm one of them. If given the option,
I wasn't listening.
they'll take the VIP. So, and we want to start elevating you amongst your competition. So yeah, everybody does it free. Well, guess what? Christina's a freaking badass and she freaking charges for her time because that's who she is. right? There's so many consultants that do consulting for a free assessment. You think Cardone is going to do a free consulting for you? Hell no, because he is on a different level. You, because of self-declaration and because your branding speaks for it, are on a different level than everybody else. Therefore, there is this opportunity that no other solar company is offering. You're the only one because you're the top, right? And it's an option. It's not mandatory.
Right. So if I was going to do it for the VIP, I would say the value would be at least $275.
Okay. And is that an hour or is that 30 minutes?
That'd be 30 minutes, just because it would be going into more detail as to why, what, and how.
And what do we want to call this strategy session?
Sorry, my son's getting yelled at by Justin. I didn't want to have to unmute it.
All good, all good.
That I haven't thought of. I've got to get with. So I have somebody who's actually doing all of this.
What are the benefits of having solar? What is the
just to
benefit?
learn more. One thing. Just to learn more in-depth information.
No.
That's it.
What is the benefit to someone if they had solar?
What is the benefit?
Yeah. What is the and everybody? I'm doing this with Christina, but listen closely to what I'm doing because you need to do this for yourself. What is
your
the
electricity bill?
okay? So your annual cost reduction strategy session.
Mhm.
If anybody's got a better, Tim, give me something. I know Tim's always sharp with these.
Energy efficiency audit.
There you go.
But see, that's what we do for the Facebook ad to come into this part for free. That's what we use. The efficiency part is what we use to get them in there.
But this is different. This is something else.
Advanced energy efficiency audit.
Yeah.
There you go. Advanced energy efficiency, and it doesn't have to be audit. It could be a strategy session as well,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're using that language somewhere else, we clearly want to use the same language. We
Right,
want to
but
use.
I like the advanced because it makes somebody think, okay, well, wait a minute, they're gonna explain it over my whole house and not just with solar.
Listen, everyone.
Thank you, Tim.
Tim's so good at this. Remember when I said you sell the sizzle, not the steak? Did you hear me say that yesterday, Christina, or were you not? Okay. The steak is the audit, is the assessment, is the sell. They haven't tasted it. They don't know what it is. They just read and they see that it's worth $275 and they can get it for $47. That's the offer, which is the sizzle. There's going to be people, and this goes for everyone, if they're offered the opportunity for a VIP, an advanced, a premium something, they will take it because that's their personality. It doesn't matter what it is, because they're that type of personality, they'll take it. And guess what that does? It tells you who the most qualified buyers are. That's why it's only $47. It's not that. It's less than $50. It's got a high dollar amount value. It's going to pick up those handful of people. That's why we're only doing 20 tickets available and we're writing that there's 7 left, right? Because we don't expect you to have 30 people to do that. But if you have 5, I promise you, you're going to call me up and say, Ray, I cannot believe that 5 people gave me $50 to sell them on solar. And I'm going to be like, I told you. Because it always happens. When Angeline, this beautiful little Asian woman, started selling for $1,000 the same information that she had been given for free for like 3.5 years, her husband's mind exploded. He couldn't fathom how she made $11,000 in a 45-minute presentation on stage selling the information she had been given for free. Couldn't believe it. Why? Because people buy the sizzle, not the steak. And you're so well positioned, Christina,
And she's here in Dallas, I remember.
Yeah, that's right. You guys should connect. She's amazing. You should do a women empowerment event together. She would be perfect. You guys would be a great combo. Or she could be part of your expert panel or something like that, right? So anyway, so does this make sense? Does everybody get why we're doing this, the psychology behind it, how we're going to leverage it, how you position it, what you want to call it, the language we're using? Good, Andre?
Lawrence, I should just go for it and say $500.
Well, here's one thing. I always want you to be in integrity with yourself. Why? Because if you don't own it and you don't believe it yourself, then they're going to feel that imbalance and that unintegrity, right? So what do you honestly feel that an hour of your coaching time at this moment, it's okay, is valued at? What's the first number that comes to your head? But you muted yourself again.
$250.
Okay, perfect. And what we could do is give them 30 minutes and it's $125 value. And they're gonna get 30 minutes. Okay? Does that feel energy rich for you? Okay, cool. Tim?
Is there a reason that we don't charge like $5 for the general admission?
Yeah, man. Because then what's going to happen is what Christina said. You're going to get a lot less registrations. And the reality is this. We are using this for lead generation purposes, not only to sell our service. Not everyone's going to show up, right? Remember I told you 40%. But those other 60 people are leads now in your funnel, which is why the post-webinar process is so important. We got to get them back to your next webinar, or we got to get them to watch the replay, or we got to get them to get on some type of call with you. So yeah, I wouldn't charge any, and here's the reality. $5 to $0 doesn't make a difference for you anyway, right? So the reality is someone who's willing to pay $5 really more qualified than someone that paid $0? Like, is that enough for a qualification? That's why we do the VIP. It's not. That's the thing. It would have to be something. If they spend $47, that's almost $50. That's a qualifier, right? Because there is a little bit of skin in the game there, but we're giving them a little bit more value for it, so we can pick up everybody for your list. All the freebies are your list building. The VIPs are your qualified buyers, and who shows up for the opportunity.
So if I'm following this correctly, I need to create, first of all, a lead magnet that I give away to get people to start developing my database. And then in addition to that, I give away the webinar to get them to the bootcamp.
Well, there's two different things. The webinar is your lead magnet right now. If you want to create another lead magnet, which obviously we'll get, especially in the inner circle, you guys, we're going to get into that. But right now, let's stick on one thing at a time. The webinar is your lead magnet. This is what's going to get you the leads. Because when they register, you got the lead. Whether they show up or not, that's a whole different story. Whether they stay till the end, that's a whole different story. Whether they enroll in your program, that's a whole other different story. So there's phases. But as long as we get them to fill out the registration, they're in your database, baby. Now we can market to them, which is what we need. We need to build our lists, right? You guys heard from Sam. Like, that's the key to building. The most successful entrepreneurs in this education-based space are the ones that have the biggest list. That's where the power is. And not only for you internally. When you have 50,000 people, you can now do a JV with someone else, and you can cross promote your lists, and you can crush it because people will pay you a lot of money to market to your list. So we're not going to get into that conversation because it's very in the future, because nobody has a 50,000 person list at this point. But I want you to realize that 2-3 years down the road, you've been doing this for yourself. Now you got this whole new opportunity of joint venture revenue that you never had possible 3 years ago because you've been doing this work. Okay? Like at this point, I think in our database, we have 15,000 entrepreneurs in my database over the last, I think, 3 years that I've been doing this, that I've been actually lead, generating this way. Before, I would just market, I would just sell, and I never paid attention to lead generating, which was like, if I go back 10 years, I'd probably have 50,000 at this point if I was doing what I'm teaching you now. Okay? So does everyone get why we're doing general admission, why we're doing VIP, what we're giving the VIP, and why we're doing the strategy session? Because the strategy session is your opportunity to go through your pitch. Does that make sense? Okay, because that's your opportunity to pitch, is that strategy session. Okay, cool. So click save.
Ray, is the strategy session before or after? Depends
when they bought the ticket. If they bought the ticket 2 weeks in advance, you got time to do it. If they bought it the day before, then it has to be afterwards. Yep. Okay, on the left-hand side, I want you to scroll down. And this one's very important. I want you to click on marketing. Scroll down. And you see it says tracking links. Okay. This is the section for your affiliate tracking links. This is the last thing I'm going to go over before we wrap up. Remember yesterday, I gave you the script. You do the engagement post. Someone replies. You direct message them. Hey, thanks for posting. By the way, I'm doing this event. Would you like the information? They say yes. You send them the details. Then you send them another message saying, by the way, if you'd like to share this with anyone that you know that can benefit from blank, whatever your topic is, I can enroll. I could give you an affiliate link, and I would pay you 50% of anything that your people purchase. Okay, sure, sounds good. Send me the link. This is where you come. Write it down. It's under marketing, and it's under tracking links. It's under marketing, tracking links. So let's create our first tracking link for you, Christine. So let's create your husband's. So you see where it says affiliate 1? I want you to write his name. Now, listen to this, guys. Very, very important detail. Use capitalization, just like she did.
It's not allowing me to space it.
No, there is no spaces. But use capitalization because you will be able to see it better, and it makes a difference in the link. Now, click create. Now watch this. You see where it says Jan Ferguson? On the right, it says quick actions. Click on that little down arrow. Everybody pay attention to this. It allows you to copy his link so you can send it to him. It allows you to give it an attendee report to see how many registrations he's had. It'll show you the people. It'll give you the report of the names. But right on the left, it'll tell you visits means how many people clicked this link. That's visits. Tickets sold is how many enrolled. And sales is how many of the paid tickets. So there could be 10 tickets sold, but it could only be $47 because there was 9 free and 1 VIP. Does that make sense? Now, how do we get his link? Click copy link. Now, pay attention to this. It doesn't automatically copy the link. It gives it to you at the bottom. Do you see at the bottom where it says send this link to your affiliates? Click on that, copy, or click the little box next to it. You see the little blue box? If you click that, it will copy it for you. Now drop it in the chat so everyone can click on it.
Okay, well, let me do this. Where is this? I've got a full screen, so hang on 1 second. Here we go. I don't know, it's not doing, coming up. My Zoom isn't coming up.
Maybe stop sharing screen so you can find us again.
Okay, hang on one second.
At the very top, the little red, stop
Yeah,
sharing.
I have it. Just found it.
Okay, everybody click on that link inside the chat. Notice that at the very end of that link, it says Jan Ferguson. Now for us on our page, we can't see it because it's not live yet. Okay, so we can't view it right now because your event's not live. You can view it because you're still in editing mode. But notice at the very top, Eventbrite.com, the Empowerment Women Leadership System tickets, Jan Ferguson. So this is now, anyone who clicks on that is being tracked. Go back to your Eventbrite on the top left, all the way to the left, all the way. Okay, refresh. Now watch this, everybody. We all clicked on it, right? Everybody clicked on it? Watch this. 5 clicks, 0 sales. You see that? So now we know that Jan's at least doing something, right? He hasn't produced anything yet, but he's doing something. He's in action. Because if someone has 0 visits, they ain't promoting nothing. If they have 27 visits and 0 sold, then there's something wrong in the conversion process. So this is where you guys look. Okay? Any questions on this? This is so valuable and important for you guys.
The one question is you have to click on that link each time you put in a different person's name. So
Correct. Always click copy link. It'll populate it at the bottom, copy it, and then send it to that person.
And so, since we've all been working together for the last several days, and some of us even longer, like Christine, when you make this live, give me an affiliate link, and I can also promote it for you and say, hey, I'm someone that can do this. So we can all kind of help each other out that way.
Absolutely.
You and I agree.
Absolutely, Tim.
Same way. Good. Send it back to me because on Facebook I have 20,000 people in 5 pages. So you know what? That's 20,000 people you didn't have.
Now, remember everyone, open up that instant cash flow again. It's this there, right there. Okay. Remember, you have all the scripts here. So you see where it says scripts for instant cash flow, the second blue one on the left, that one. Your affiliate scripts are in here. Scroll down. You see where it says affiliate message scripts at the bottom. Click on that. Click on that little, yep. This, you see it says text message 1. Hello, please take, and then you see in red, insert affiliate link. So you will rewrite that text so it becomes yours. You will add the affiliate link, you'll copy the whole thing, and you'll send it to them so they can just copy and paste. Do not just send them the affiliate link. You must send them the entire script done for them, because otherwise they won't use the right language or they won't even put any thought into it. And you want to make it so easy for them that they just go copy, paste, because the likelihood of them doing it goes up tenfold if all they got to do is copy and paste. Make sense? Beautiful. Okay, so it's 6:01, so we're officially at a wrap. So I want to give an opportunity. Does anyone have any final questions before I bring Dave back on so we can wrap up?
Thank you, Ray.
I just want to go over this. It's in the back office.
Well, remember, you have all the videos, you have all the scripts, everything is in the back office for you, and you'll have the replay officially on Monday as well.
Kareem's videos were very good. I just hadn't done that part yet, but they were excellent.
They're thorough, yes, very thorough. Some details that I missed there will be in there as well. All right, everyone. I want to thank you. I'm excited. We're going to be working with Nick doing his Power Day. That's going to be awesome. We're going to crush it. And Tim, Christina, we'll see you guys on Tuesday for our Inner Circle call. We got some great stuff for you guys. And everyone else, I look forward to seeing you at our next event. So thank you. And Jay, are you with us?
I am here.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I got to get going. I'll see you later. Take care.
Hey, thanks, Ray.